Hello everyone, this is the Mad King Paradox S bringing you chapter 627 of One Piece entitled Indebted. It starts off right where it left off with the last chapter with actually a little bit afterwards, because now they're at the point where the Royal Guard has just said, "We caught the shooter, we caught the shooter," and Jinbei's rushing over see who it is. Then you just get this freaked out look on his face, and then you see Horty Jones holding up the guy who shot Queen Orihime, and it's a human pirate, and everyone's just bawling their eyes out because Horty is apparently gotten up on top of a building or something somehow, and he was holding the person up. I don't know if the person was dead or not. He looked like he was still alive, but I'm not certain. But he was just holding him up by his neck going, "A human killed our queen!" And everyone in the crowd's just all upset. One guy even goes, "Is there no God even in the Buddha world?" Or something like that. Then it shifts over to Ryugu Palace, where apparently King Neptune has locked himself in his room, and he said not to let him out until his killing urges pass. So it's safe to assume he's pissed, more or less. And then he's like, he killed my wife, and everyone loved her, and yet I can't kill him. He was like, he killed and taken hostage so many humans before, but he just cannot kill this one. And he talked about this whole thing. I was like, Orihime would never forgive him, or something like, and other things on that line. And then it skips forward a little while to where the three Neptune brothers and Shirahoshi are running into his, I think it's the throne room. I didn't really get a good look at it. And they're like, something weird's happening. And they hand Neptune the letter, and it's a love letter from Vanderdecken to Shirahoshi. And they're like, this thing's following her. And he's looking at it going, a love letter? She's 6! And so he's like, who's this Vanderdecken? And somebody goes, it's a pirate family. And then he goes, you four should not attend the funeral, and I want somebody to find out who this Vanderdecken is, or go get him, or yeah. Then it skips over to the Sea Forest, where they're having Queen Orihime's funeral, and they've got a big memorial picture sitting right there, and there's a sea of people. And all of a sudden you just hear someone start talking, and it turns out that it's Prince, what's this guy's name, Fukuboshi. Yeah, Fukuboshi. And he is talking over the monitor. You know, and Neptune's like, Fukuboshi. And he's surprised to see him. And he's like, where did I leave off? He's like, now that this has happened, many of you might start to reconsider your decisions. He was like, we are not ready for this Riviera that's coming up in 2 years. So what they're gonna do, what he's suggesting to do, is they're gonna get rid of all the signatures that they rescued from the fire and start all over again. And they're like, there's another one coming up 6 years after this one, and another one coming up 10 years after this one. And so they're like, we'll start over again. Me and my brothers will lead up the operation, and one day we might make He's he says our mother, but I'm just gonna say the Queen's. We're gonna make the Queen's dream come true that we'll see this real sun, and everyone just starts bawling. Then it skips back to present day Jinbei, and this is the end of that little flashback section, and he's talking to Nami, and he was like, "I take full responsibility for Arlong. I was going to handle him. If when I heard what he was doing, I was going to rush over right away and put a stop to it, but he was paying off the Marines in that area." So the information wasn't getting back to Marine headquarters. And Sanji's pissed. He's like, "If you're so upset, then slice open your stomach, although it won't change anything." And Nami pulled this off brilliantly. She's just like, "I'm not mad about it anymore. You know, yeah, it sucked, but what's done is done. I've moved on. You don't owe me anything." Type of thing. And then you see Hachan over there bawling his eyes out. And apparently Luffy fell asleep. How I didn't see that one coming, I have no idea. But he was out. Or so you think. Yeah, Luffy's... I don't know how Luffy pulled this next one off, but I guess it's just him being Luffy. But Jinbei can't say anything. Like, he says something, but he's like, "I had no words to describe what I'm feeling right now." And you just see him go, and he just says, "I am indebted." Hence the name of the chapter. And Nami's like, "Wow, he's really been suffering from this." And after that sentimental moment, Sanji goes over to Luffy and kicks the shit out of him. He's like, "Do you plan on waking up anytime soon?" Or something like, "Oh, how long are you gonna sleep?" And Luffy gets up and he was like, "Uh-huh." And he starts off, and then the first thing he says, he was like, "So that's Crybaby's mom's grave over there, son." And they're like, "You just woke up and you're gonna start off with a question like that?" You know, so he got the information, although he wasn't conscious somehow. But then Jinbei, I forgot his name for a second. Jinbei goes with the information they've acquired. Everyone at Ryugu Palace is Horty and his gang, Neptune and his soldiers, and Brook, Usopp, Zoro, and Papug. Am I saying his name right? Papug? Papug? The starfish. And Hachan goes, apparently Hachan knows what Horty's planning. And Jinbei's like, "Oh yeah, you were part of the Fishman District, so you know what he's planning." He's like, "They've gathered up the signatures for this Riviere." And Jinbei is thinking, "Oh, he's going to stop the Riviere because Neptune's going there himself this time." And Hachan's like, "No, he's not just planning on stopping this." And he goes into this discussion about how Arlong was cruel to humans, but he would never harm a fishman. Horty, on the other hand, he's just as equally cruel to humans as Arlong was. Just one little tiny difference. He has no problem killing a fishman that has sympathy for humans. He sees it as if you have sympathy for humans, you're no better than a human. So he's completely unbiased. Sort of. And then right before Hachan discusses what he's actually planning on doing, Chopper, I think it's Chopper, I'm just going to say Chopper. Chopper notices a Denden Mushi coming out of the Sea Forest. And then you just see the monitor turn on, and it's Horty. And this is pretty much where the chapter leaves off. Horty just... them just looking up at the monitor and Horty Jones announcing who he is. And that's the end of this chapter. Alright, I will, I really want to know what he's planning on doing, although I think I know. But I might be wrong. So I'm just gonna wait till next chapter to see what happens, and once I find out, I'll tell you all. Okay. Oh, something I have not done for some odd reason. You know, the whole deal, the rate, subscribe, comment, favorite, for some odd reason. You know, let me know. I'm starting to get up there in views. You know, I almost got the 30. So, I'm excited about that. So just leave comments or something, you know. I got 1 dislike and I was real happy about that. And I was like, alright, it's a dislike, but I don't care. You know, it's something. And I haven't seen anyone else say this, but I'm going to say it. If you dislike one of my videos, add a comment with it. Tell me what you didn't like about it. But don't be a dick. Don't go, it sucked. Because if it did that, well, I can't do nothing about that. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't care. But, you know, give me constructive criticism or something. I don't know. And that's all I've got to say. I'll see you all either next week in the next One Piece chapter, or in 5 seconds with one of my other videos. Okay, bye.